What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer. As we move now into the summer months of 2025, it's time to get hyped for the next season of Overwatch 2, Season 17. Good gosh, there's already been 17 of these? This upcoming new season is one which we actually already know quite a bit of info about, from its start date, the new hero preview we'll be getting, new maps, battle pass content. There's a lot to delve into when it comes to what we already know, along with a bit of speculation about what else might be in store. So let's go ahead and jump right on in with everything we know about the upcoming Overwatch 2 Season 17. First off, let's go ahead and start with the start date, which will indeed be June 24th, 2025, which is only just a short while away. So if you haven't finished up your Season 16 Battle Pass just yet and need to get in a few more levels or tiers in order to unlock that content you want, be sure to have it done by June 24th, because that is when this season will be ending and the new Season 17 will be kicking off. Now, as for the actual content coming in Season 17, there's quite a bit to get into. So let's go ahead and first start off with the cosmetics and Battle Pass side of things, with us already actually knowing the Mythic skin for this upcoming season, which will be the White Tiger Mythic skin for D.Va. This was shown off back during the Overwatch Spotlight event back in February, and they only really showed these initial concept art images of her, but did confirm that this would be the Mythic skin for Season 17, and it looks pretty nice. Personally, I don't think it's my type of Mythic skin, but I know a lot of people are very hyped for it, so I'm really eager to see what it ends up looking like in the actual game. But even beyond just the Mythic skin itself, this does give us insight into the Battle Pass theme for the season in question, or at least one of the major cosmetic themes of the season, since the White Tiger aesthetic we see here for this D.Va Mythic skin is almost certainly in reference to Beko, or the White Tiger of the West, which is one of 4 mythological creatures in South Korean culture and mythology that represent the 4 different cardinal directions and seasons. Now, I am by no means an expert when it comes to this stuff. This is based off of basic research I've put into the topic, but it does strongly indicate that the White Tiger, or Beko, is going to be indicative of the major theme for Season 17, which is likely going to end up being Korean culture, folklore, or mythology. This is similar to what we've seen in past seasons that have focused on Chinese mythology or Japanese mythology, and now it seems like Season 17 is going to at least partially focus on Korea in that regard. As I mentioned, the White Tiger is only one of 4 prominent animals featured in this exact mythology, the others being a dragon, phoenix, and tortoise, so I wouldn't be surprised if the dragon, phoenix, and tortoise end up getting represented in legendary skins that'll either be in the Battle Pass or the shop for Season 17. Interestingly enough though, we've actually already seen these 4 animals represented in past Overwatch Lunar New Year skins via their Chinese mythology counterparts. So if Blizzard is to revisit these mythological animals, but this time from the Korean side of things, it could give us some interesting new skins, likely for different heroes than what we see here. Beyond this though, it's anyone's guess. I'm sure there'll be other themes beyond just Korean mythology represented here for this season, but at the very least, this is a specific theme that we can go off of. Additionally, when it comes to revealed cosmetics for the upcoming season, we have Reaper's Mythic weapon, which was also shown during the February Spotlight event and has a very bony, demonic sort of looking vibe to it. They didn't really say too much more about it beyond just showing off the concept artwork here, and based on its design, it may or may not be tied to any of the other themes or skins present in Season 17. Historically, when it comes to Mythic weapons, sometimes they correlate to the theme, sometimes they don't, so it's up in the air as to whether or not this one will connect this time around. But nonetheless, it's a cool looking Mythic. Again, kind of falls into that generic, demonic, magical type vibe that I think too many Mythic weapons end up falling into. That's why even though I never play Mercy, I loved Mercy's Mythic weapon because it was such a breath of fresh air in terms of the theming for it. But whatever. People like the demonic themes. Fair enough. I know people are hyped for this weapon either way, so this is what we'll be getting. Beyond this though, there of course will be a Battle Pass as I mentioned, 80 tiers of different goodies, loot boxes, and whatnot, before getting the bonus tiers of titles. That is more than likely going to be the exact same as it has been in seasons prior, and there will be a shop full of skins that people actually want to get that will be, you know, costing you a pretty penny. But moving on from that, what about collabs? Blizzard has at this point made it pretty consistent consistent that we see at least one collab per season, with Season 16 actually having 2 major collabs, being Street Fighter and Gundam, but as of yet we don't have any info on what exactly the next upcoming collab will be. But considering how much money Blizzard almost certainly makes off of these collabs, I think it's pretty safe to say there'll be something, at least one major collab for Season 17. And with Street Fighter marking itself as the first Overwatch collab with a non-in-house video game, the door is pretty open for potential collabs with other gaming IPs that Blizzard might end up collabing with. So literally comment your favorite down in the comments below, because who knows, maybe we end up seeing it in the Season 17 collab. Moving on from just skins and cosmetics though, there is some actual gameplay content that'll be coming in Season 17, with this season particularly having a heavy focus on maps. First and foremost, we'll be getting a brand new core mode map being Atlas, an upcoming new Flashpoint map, which Blizzard hasn't actually talked too much about just yet. We know it's going to be Flashpoint, but other than that, we don't know where it's geographically located. Other than that, it could very likely be the upcoming Morocco map that has been teased pretty heavily over the past several months, and which we got a few little sneak peeks of during the earlier mentioned Spotlight event. Again, we don't have official confirmation that the map seen here is in fact Atlas, but given that the layout of this map does look to be Flashpoint, and we know Atlas is going to be a Flashpoint map, it seems pretty likely that this is the map in question, the one which is geographically located in Morocco. Beyond just this new map addition though, we're also going to be getting reworks to existing Flashpoint maps, being Saravasa and New Junk City, coming during the mid-season for Season 17. This will apparently be addressing many of the issues players have with this mode and the maps that are a part of it, and I for one am kind of eager to see what they do with it. I'm not one of those people who has an issue with Flashpoint. I think it's fine as a game mode, but I am curious to see how they go about tweaking and improving these maps specifically, and how that's going to end up impacting the gameplay on them going forward. Beyond just new maps and reworks though, they'll also be introducing a map voting system in Season 17, which will allow players to pick the specific map they want to play on from presumably a given short list at the start of any match. Blizzard hasn't really elaborated too much on how this system is going to work or what the UI for it looks like or anything, but we have a basic understanding of what map voting means, so we have a good idea of how this is likely going to play out. Players will get to vote for the map they do or don't want to play on, and that will then decide which map ends up getting played for that specific match. It's a lot like hero bans, but for maps in its own sort of way. And speaking of heroes, the next big gameplay thing we have to look forward to in Season 17 is actually the new Hero Aqua. Now, Aqua is not going to officially, properly release in Season 17, but it is confirmed that he'll be having a playtest weekend at some point during Season 17, presumably sometime in the latter half of the season, where we'll all get our hands on actually playing him for the very first time. So far, we don't know too much about this hero just yet, other than that he's Chinese and is going to be in the support role, but based on his design and the little tidbits they have shared, I am for one very curious to see how he ends up playing as a hero. It's also worth noting that, much like past hero editions, we're likely going to see little teasers popping up throughout existing maps in the game itself, starting with the launch of Season 17, that sort of allude to Aqua's presence in the story. Things like the trashed Oasis room leading up to Hazard, or the little tablets that were referencing Freya. Little things like this might show up, building up his character and story before we actually get to play him during that playtest weekend. And then beyond Aqua, we have a number of other little things that are likely to be happening during Season 17. Perks are likely going to be getting a few minor changes. We know there won't be any major overhauls to the existing perks, as that's something they've announced to be coming in Season 18, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some little tweaks, maybe a change to a perk here and there, just as a way to sort of help balance things, in the same line as just the minor balance changes for heroes themselves that we tend to get in a given season. There will of course be a new drive event in Season 17 as well, given that it's become a seasonal thing for them to have it toward the end of the season. And of course, Stadium will be having a big update as well. 3 new heroes will be coming to Stadium, being Junkrat, Sigma, and Zenyatta. 2 new maps will be added to the pool, including Esperanza and Samoa, both of which will be getting their own sort of relevant tweaks and changes to the layout to better accommodate the actual structure of a stadium match, along with unranked crossplay, thus allowing people to finally play with their friends on different platforms without being forced into a competitive environment, share and save your builds, new all-star rewards, custom games, and more example builds. So there's going to be quite a few juicy things to delve into for those of you who are big stadium fans, and should help to flesh out the gameplay available in the mode. And that then does it for everything we know so far and have to look forward to at the moment, leading up to Overwatch 2 Season 17. We're likely to be getting a new trailer for the upcoming season in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. I will of course be doing a video covering the trailer itself, breaking down any of the new cosmetics, content, maybe even collabs we get teased in it. But in the meantime, I would love to hear your thoughts, hopes, and expectations for Season 17 in the comments down below. Are you excited to get the new map added to the roster? Maybe you're excited to see some of those skins coming, or maybe you're just hyped to get our first gameplay experience with the new upcoming hero, Aqua. Regardless of what you're looking forward to in Season 17, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content, and special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible. If you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.